in other words, it's overload. He's got to now have the most fun he can pack in. And he ends up either shitting or vomiting or wrecking something or leaving stuff. And it's just like, it's not fun for me to have him over. It's just always...
Well, he does have a tendency to, you're right. I've noticed about him that he will overindulge in certain...
He has to drink all day. Or, it's like, what? Have 2 drinks when you're at my house.
I mean, Ralph and I were guests in your home, and I wasn't the obnoxious one.
No, you were fine. I mean, it's Ralph. It's like every time he shows up,
Come on, I've been to your house. Did I overdo it?
No, Ralph was fine. It was a crazy, wild party.
He's asking people for directions to my home. He's running around. He doesn't know how to get home. He can't remember what happened to him.
Howard Stern lives right next to so-and-so.
Unbelievable. And like, it's just, I said, I have to stick to my guns. I can't put myself through it anymore.
It'll be an ordeal even after all the talks?
Yes, I know it'll go wrong. Because even this last time when he vomited all over the room, it was like I had a talk with him. And he's like, I'm sorry. And then he takes his sheets and he throws them in with the vomit into the fucking
I had a head injury. You're lucky I didn't die.
Oh, my God. Head injury.
I could have died. I mean, she just had a skiing accident. I fell off my bike into a car.
Who cares if you would have died?
But the other time you got blackout drunk and took the Jutney home or whatever.
I mean, every time it's a saga with this guy. Tells me it's a head injury. That's why he vomited. That's why the guy drank all day.
You know what?
He won't leave. That's the other.
I can't disagree with you. You're 100% right. It's a pattern. Why would you subject yourself?
Right. I mean, have 2 drinks, not 25, and then vomit.
I don't have 25 drinks.
And learn how to go home at the end of the weekend.
Oh no, he'll stretch out every second.
The one faux pas I made when I was staying with Howard out there was I accidentally had heroin delivered to Sarah Jessica Parker, Matthew Broderick's house. I got a wrong address.
No, we're probably better off not.
You aren't going to try that anymore?
Nah, I want to, but I can't be foolish.
Yeah, I had some fun. That's enough.
It looks like Ralph's going to be over my house quite a bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Artie, you're pleased out.
Go over Artie's house. Have fun there.
Ralph did act appropriate at my place, but it was a crazy drunken party.
There was nothing you could do that would be inappropriate then.
Acting appropriate at a heroin addict's house isn't that difficult.
The heroin addict was inappropriate
a guy who's locked in his room all day.
The guy who's taking the 2-hour showers.
He was upstairs snorting coke.
Robin, I guarantee you that was the funnest 2-hour shower of all time.
2-hour shower. And Ralph acted appropriately.
I hung out with his mom and his sister all week.
There you go. That's the place for you.
My mom and sister love Ralph.
I'm more of a shore kind of guy.
You can't take the shore out of the boy.
We're both Jersey guys. We'll stay out there.
Okay, Ralphie, thank you.
I have a bad reaction to the hamster.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye now.
Ralph will be here to say some right behavior. All right, it's time for Steve Langford. Steve Langford is from the Howard 100 newsroom. He's gone through a lot of things. The guy works real hard. Go ahead, Steve. No response yet from J.J. Abrams. Howard 100 News.
Oh, yeah, right.
Now they're harassing J.J.?
Yes.
All right, Springsteen, do American Idol. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Go ahead.
Howard 100 News putting in a call to Paramount Pictures to follow up on the Star Trek director's generous offer to put Howard Stern where his mouth is. If Abrams' movie opened at $79 million, which it did, JJ, give us a call on our news hotline, 877-H100-TIP.
Something tells me he's never coming back to New York.
Really?
What else you got?
Also today, the wicked whack-pack walls of woe closing in on High Pitch Eric. High Pitch not only facing a Friday deadline to come up with an estimated $7,000 or face eviction, but High Pitch also due in criminal court next week on the matter of racking up about $3,000 on someone else's credit card.
Oh, boy.
How could he be $7,000 behind in rent?
What, did he live that place for 40 years?
You're allowed to get behind in your rent. They can't legally evict you to a certain point, so that's how he got behind.
Good Lord, but it seems like it would take years to make $7,000.
Yeah, it's not that...
in back rent on a room.
Right.
On a flop house.
Yeah, I mean, he's not living in a palatial place, an apartment.
What else you got?
Meantime, another Stern fan reporting threatening messages from High Pitch Eric this week. Zena in Philly sending us messages from High Pitch like this one. I will break your jaw. High Pitch not denying these messages.
Why is he contacting this Zena and doing this?
Because apparently Zena made some statements questioning why High Pitch would be behind on his rent on Stern Fan Network, and Eric wasn't pleased, apparently.
All right.
Turn Stern on. XM Radio listeners can hear this show free starting next Monday for a whole week. Details, go to xmradio.com or call 877-STERN-77. Today in Stern history, May 13th, 1992. Frank Stallone beats Geraldo in a boxing ring. Stern News, 877-H100-TIP, or email howard100news@sirius-radio.com.
All right, there he is, my man from Howard 100 News, Steve Langford.
Not one jank story. I think that's the first time in 3 months.
John Heim from the wrap-up show. You're here and ready to talk. What do you have for us today at 11 o'clock?
Ron Howard grew up on television playing 2 iconic characters, became an Oscar-winning director and a tremendously successful producer, and everyone here wondered how he could be so well adjusted growing up in the world of Hollywood. We'll talk about Ron's interview and how he stayed faithful to his wife for a very, very long time, how he was able to not pigeonhole himself as Opie or Richie Cunningham, why he wouldn't let his daughter act as a child, although he ended up with his dad watching her perform nude at an NYU play, why Ron felt Tom Hanks' first pitch in Japan was much better than Gary's girlish toss, and how does Ron deal with Potsy, Ralph, and the others he's worked with without feeling obligated to put them in any of his projects.
You know, it's so funny. I get the Daily News delivered to my house, and this is the first time I ever saw this. They put a sticker on the Daily News. It's an advertisement for killing toenail fungus, a product that kills a revolutionary laser technology, and it's got pictures of people's ugly, like, fungus-infested feet. And I don't agree with this form of advertising. It's disgusting.
Sign of the times, man. They're taking anything.
Look at this. Look at this. It's stuck on my paper. It's toe fungus ads. Look at this thing. You got that on yours?
No.
It's not on the Daily News that we get here, Howard, but I get the Daily News delivered too. I'll check mine when I get home.
Toe fungus, some of the people's ugly feet. What else you got there, Johnny?
Plus, the infamy of Gary's pitch continues to grow. Howard wonders who'd have the mentality to run out onto the field during a game, and Artie provides a first-hand account of doing just that.
He just raises his hand and says, me?
It's a basketball game. Oh, not baseball. Baseball people are crazy.
Right.
Howard has a tough time with people being jealous of him. Booker gets a new gig out in L.A. DePace hammers home his point about golfers not being gay. Howard would rather be Scott Baio than Ron Howard. Ham Hands Bill can't judge the intern beauty pageant and writes a song that grosses out Richard Christie. Ralph accessorizes Howard's pants with scotch tape, and Howard sticks to his guns by keeping Ralph from overindulging in his home. And everything else that happened on today's show, we talk about on the wrap-up show.
All right, Johnny, thank you very much. High Pitch Eric is on the phone, wants to defend himself. The High Pitch.
Yes, Howard, how are you?
You must stop leaving.
You know how you used to go on the Stern Fan Network?
Right.
And now you don't go on there because people are always hating on you?
Yes.
This girl, Buddy's girl, Lena, is a hater on that board. I didn't do nothing to her. She started to thread about me for no reason, which gets me very upset.
Oh, she started a thread about him. Oh, you're justified, you fucking mook.
Eric, listen.
I didn't do nothing to her.
Eric, you're someone who appears on the show.
Right.
And you have to have a thick skin when people discuss you. If you don't like them discussing you, you don't go on Stern Fan Network.
Your skin is very wide. Make it thick.
What?
That's what I'm doing with that board, just like you are.
Sure, don't go on it. Then you won't, because you can't leave messages on a girl's phone that say you're going to beat her up, you're going to break her jaw. Don't you understand this? That these are girls and that, there's a certain way you have to behave toward people in society. Even though they're allowed to go on a fan network and comment on you.
Yeah, but you know, I don't even have any irritation. No reason that because that's my old business, which is embarrassing to me.
What did she say?